Listen to that sound. Every second that ticks by, your biology is quietly failing. Your cells accumulate errors, your DNA frays at the edges, and your body moves one step closer to its inevitable shutdown. For all of human history, we have accepted this decay as an inescapable law of nature, a tragic destiny. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if aging isn't a law of physics, but a software bug? Right now, behind closed doors, a group of billionaires is pouring billions of dollars into a radical scientific gamble to rewrite the code of life itself. They have found the mechanism to reverse aging. But here is the terrifying reality. When the cure for death finally arrives, it won't be covered by your insurance. It will be the ultimate luxury. To understand the magnitude of what is happening, you have to follow the money. In late 2021, rumors began leaking out of Silicon Valley about a mysterious new biotechnology startup. By early 2022, it became official. The company is called Altos Labs. They didn't start in a garage. They launched with a staggering $3 billion in seed funding. Let that sink in. $3 billion just to open the doors. Among the primary backers are some of the wealthiest individuals on the planet, including Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Russian-Israeli tech billionaire Yuri Milner. But they didn't just bring money. They bought the greatest minds humanity has to offer. They recruited Dr. Hal Barron from GlaxoSmithKline to run it. They brought in Juan Carlos Izbisua Belmonte, a mastermind of cellular regeneration from the Salk Institute. And most importantly, they brought in Dr. Shinya Yamanaka, a Nobel laureate. They didn't hire these titans of science to invent a better blood pressure pill. Altos Labs has one singular obsessive mission: biological reprogramming. They are not trying to slow down aging. They are trying to reverse it. You see, the elite of the world have realized something fundamental. Money can buy private islands, governments, and space programs. But until recently, it couldn't buy the one thing they wanted most: time. Now, they believe they have found the loophole. To understand how this $3 billion gamble works, we have to look at the groundbreaking science anchoring it. For a long time, we thought our DNA was destiny. But your DNA is just the hardware. The software running it is called the epigenome. The epigenome tells a cell what to be, whether it should be a skin cell, a heart cell, or a neuron. As we age, this software gets corrupted. Environmental stress, radiation, and time cause the epigenome to lose its programming. Cells forget their jobs. Tissues degrade. This loss of cellular identity is what we experience as aging. But in 2006, Dr. Shinya Yamanaka published a paper in the journal Cell that shook the biological world to its core. He discovered that by introducing just 4 specific proteins into an adult cell, now known as the Yamanaka factors, OCT34, SOX2, CalF4, c-Myc, he could wipe the epigenome clean. He could take an old dying skin cell and revert it completely back to a pluripotent stem cell, a biological blank slate. It was the equivalent of doing a factory reset on a smartphone. For this, Yamanaka won the Nobel Prize in 2012. But there was a massive problem. If you factory reset a cell in a living organism, it forgets its identity entirely. If a heart cell forgets it's a heart cell, it stops beating. In early animal trials, applying Yamanaka factors continuously resulted in massive tumors called teratomas. The animals didn't get younger, they got cancer. For a decade, the dream of age reversal seemed dead. Until 2016, enter Juan Carlos Izbisua Belmonte and his team at the Salk Institute. They asked a brilliant question: what if we don't do a full factory reset? What if we just restart the phone? In a landmark 2016 study, they took mice that were genetically engineered to age rapidly. Instead of blasting them with Yamanaka factors continuously, they pulsed the factors. On for 2 days, off for 5. A technique called partial epigenetic reprogramming. The results were terrifyingly miraculous. The mice didn't develop tumors. Instead, their cardiovascular systems improved. Their spines straightened. Their organs regenerated. Their cells were biochemically younger, verified by the Horvath Epigenetic Clock, a highly accurate biochemical test that measures the true biological age of tissues. By merely tweaking the software, the researchers extended the lifespan of these mice by 30%. They proved in living mammals that aging is not a one-way street. It is a reversible process. This is the exact science that Altos Labs was created to commercialize. They are scaling this up, moving from mice to primates and eventually to human beings. We are standing on the edge of the greatest evolutionary leap in human history. If you are fascinated by the bleeding edge of science, biotechnology, and the dark realities of our future, hit the subscribe button and join the Beyond Biology Network. We are decoding the future, one video at a time. Let's assume Altos Labs, or a company exactly like them, succeeds. Let's say in 15 or 20 years, they perfect an epigenetic injection that clears cellular damage and rolls your biological clock back by 2 decades. What happens next? If you believe this will be distributed at your local pharmacy for the price of a flu shot, you haven't been paying attention to the pharmaceutical industry. Currently, cutting-edge gene therapies like Zolgensma, which treats a rare spinal disease, cost over $2 million for a single dose. Developing these treatments costs billions in R&D, clinical trials, and FDA lobbying. An epigenetic reprogramming therapy that guarantees youth would be the most valuable commodity in the history of human civilization. The patent holder will dictate the terms of human mortality. Initially, this technology will cost millions of dollars per treatment. It will not be a one-time cure. Your body will continue to age after the reset, meaning you will need a booster every 5 to 10 years to maintain your biological youth. It becomes a subscription service for existence. We are looking at the birth of a biological apartheid. For the first time in human history, the class divide will not just be about wealth, education, or zip codes. It will be encoded in our cells. Imagine a world where the ultra-rich don't just live better. They live longer, healthier, and with sharper minds. A 90-year-old billionaire with the biology, energy, and cognitive function of a 25-year-old, retaining decades of compounded wealth and network advantages. Meanwhile, the working class continues to suffer from Alzheimer's, heart disease, and the physical degradation of natural aging simply because they cannot afford the biological software update. We are moving towards a speciation event. Homo sapiens and Homo immortalis. The $3 billion poured into Altos Labs is not a donation to public health. It is an escape hatch for the elite. The science of reprogramming is real. The studies are published, and the race has already begun behind closed doors. Aging is officially a solvable problem. The bug in our biological software has been identified, but when the patch is finally released, will you be allowed to download it? Thank you for watching. What are your thoughts on this? Should extreme life extension technology be heavily regulated? Or should the market decide who gets to live forever? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed.